in Brianville.
Yeah,
Brianski.
Brianskiville. Yeah, and he managed to make it to... Actually, he's managed to make it to 3 or 4 parties in a row.
What else, guys? Niall has a life, okay.
Dancing naked with dogs.
Oh.
Not naked, in his underwear.
So yeah,
And a t-shirt.
zombies. They're fucking dangerous.
Guys are bastards, you know that? Bastards. Steady soldier.
Okay, so
You also forgot that one of Rachel's jobs is a chief baby maker.
I am not being a chief baby maker.
After the zombie
I swear
apocalypse
to
will
God.
kind of settle down, you know, there's like we
I
fight
will
zombies on a
put
regular
my
basis.
ovaries out before I will fucking become
And
chief
you know,
baby maker.
we need to restart population after, you know, we're all dead.
That's not the way to do it.
We need to have people to carry on the fort. You
Yeah,
know?
well, like...
We're not gonna find.
If this goes on past like 20 years, there's no point.
Well, there is. Like, humanity has to hang on till we can find salvation.
I was planning on
Absolution.
being well into my fucking 20s before I had kids.
We'll have to wait that long. We're not gonna bring babies into this dangerous world.
I wouldn't want to bring babies into this world, to be honest.
So are you saying you'll be unwilling to have sex with Rachel to make babies?
Oh Jesus!
Because I will take one for the team.
Are you serious?
I think we could probably work something out.
We probably could, yeah.
You know, if you
Put
just
a picture of like
close our eyes, sound like a man. we
print
can
a
work it
picture
out.
of
Why
your.
do I have to sound like a man? Oh, I
To
suppose.
please me.
So wait, am I really all that useful that I'm not a part of the team at
No,
all?
you're
it's
all
not
that
that you're not
useless.
It's
Sorry.
not
All
that
that
you're.
useful,
it's not-
useless.
It's not that you're useless, Tom. It's just that you won't survive.
I will survive.
That's called.
No,
being
you
useless.
won't. We've worked this out. We've ran it through a number of scenarios where none of you survive.
I'm really good at running away.
I'm still convinced
my
Jack
thing.
would make it. And I think Tom would make it as well, actually, because I'd forgotten about his rapier, his
raper?
rapier talent. Where you could rape zombies. No,
It's a
great.
sword.
It's a sword,
You
Tom.
can't save everyone.
You can save me. I'm fast. I'm good.
I
Don't
can
even
run.
say I'm fat. I don't know, does speed matter when it comes to zombies?
Definitely.
Not really. They're quite slow.
You could just walk and listen to your iPod.
That's what you'd
That's
end
how
up
you're
doing.
gonna go down.
You're just gonna walk outside.
See,
have your headphones
as I
in.
said before, I look at people, so I
Yeah,
study faces.
But if you look outside in the morning, a lot of people do look like zombies. So
No,
yes.
no.
Have you never seen people on the bus? They have these
Yeah.
really sunken eyes, and they're all just.
Yeah.
Zombies wouldn't be sitting on the bus like this.
No, they'd be standing outside going like that.
If they were standing around doing nothing, they're not a threat.
Then they'll smell you. Like, la, 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 la.
Well, then I'd run
Where?
away
In circles.
wherever I can.
There's not a whole lot of places you can run.
Okay,
I can try.
you two obviously need to justify how you're gonna get to Phelan's house, because me and Rachel, we live in like walking distance of like about 2 hours if you're pushing it, and obviously getting lost on the way.
I'm sorry, we have Tinker's horses. We'll be fine.
Okay, if we can get the horses, it'll be much quicker. But like walking, it's doable, and
Oh.
the area is isolated enough. Like I live on the outskirts of town. The way you'd leave to get to Phelan's house,
Yeah.
so and the road along it is quite isolated as well, so we wouldn't be much trouble.
Yeah.
But you guys live in a heavily populated town, so you need to describe how you're going to escape
There's
the town.
a back road through.
Me and
the
you would
valley.
have to team up.
No.
See, the thing is, if Jack was going to survive, he'd go with Gav because they live quite close together. Where you live kind of down the hill.
That's what I was saying. If they all just kind of congregated in Gav's house, so if Tom could make it to Gav's house.
I don't need Gav.
Oh, okay.
Gav.
Yeah. You want to see how long that
See how
lasts?
long you live on
Fuck
your
now.
own.
Because I was going
You'll
to say
eat your words.
they could take Gav's van and Gav could just pile loads.
You know,
into
I
the
can
back
be
of that van.
tough.
No, you can't.
I can.
No, you can't.
Oh, yes, I can.
Tom, what are you wearing? Describe for the listeners.
You know what kind of character this is?
Just say it.
Tough as nails.
Just say it.
She was in the war.
I'm
That
not
was
Betty. I'm Barbara.
Yeah, just describe what you're wearing.
A nightgown.
Pink nightgown.
Pink
fuck up.
fluffy white nightgown.
Pearl necklace.
It's a fucking
Airy.
costume. Shut the fuck up.
Lipstick. Eyeliner.
Boobs.
Afro.
What are you wearing? Toilet paper.
Yeah.
No, they're called bandages, my friend.
As you stated earlier, he does look a little bit like a nun that fell into a swamp.
My name is Princess Gummy Bun. It wasn't princess, was it? It was like lady or something.
Yeah.
No, we're at a nuts.
Madam.
Oh.
No.
No, we're not.
No, we're not.
We have at least 6 in this room. You don't have
I
any.
hope you're counting mine.
No. You have baby making machines. And that's why Mendogas is also good. Get some like race variety in
Oh,
there.
good. Ah.
What's your honest opinion? Do I look like a nun that fell in a swamp?
I'm a no.
Animal.
Do
I can't actually say the word animal.
you think it's illegal to have sex with plants?
Yes.
I
don't
don't
even
think-
about
I'm
it.
just wondering.
I
Wait.
think it is somewhere.
It can't be.
It
It's
is.
not a
If
living
you have a plant
thing.
in your
It is a
whoa,
living
whoa,
thing.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Well, not like that.
You
I
did
mean,
not just say that.
That is his whole
are
life.
living
His whole life. They are his friends.
They're beautiful.
He called one Niall.
They talk to me so you bitch. He's real.
Hang on.
Oh, wait.
We'd better. I think the story of Niall is a beautiful one. Phil, do
Fine.
you want to tell us
Take
about
it
Niall?
a fucking way. I'm not telling you guys.
Okay, fair enough. Right. Well, Philly's now in second year of college,
Whoop, whoop.
and
I'll pick it up later.
in first year he made friends with two guys. One called Alan, the other called Niall. Now we didn't think. That sounds really bad. We didn't think much of it, but soon Philly started asking if he could invite these friends from college to our house parties. We said, yeah, sure, we'd love to meet Philly's friends. So we started inviting them, and two of them, they just like, they live kind of like far away from here. Not far away, but you know, not easy to get to. So we didn't think much of it when they couldn't come. But now we've hit second year. Philly's friends with this guy Niall over a year. Alan kind of disappeared from the scene. Friends with this guy Niall over a year. And we've invited him to 6 parties so far, and each time he said he's coming, and then at the last minute he suddenly drops out. So Jack, in his mind, has decided that Niall isn't real, that Niall is something, a fictional character that Philly has made up with in his mind, who he sits with in college all day, every day. And I must admit, the evidence is kind of stacked against him. But as someone who has personally met Niall, because I now go to the same college as Philly and this fictional character, I must say he is real. But I can totally understand how Jack thinks he is not
Well,
real.
you say totally understand.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like I pretended to introduce someone who wasn't actually there.
Yeah.
It just coincidentally never met him so
Yeah.
far.
So
For a year.
A year.
Yeah.
A year.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
How many people who you meet that I
Well-
have met yet? Do you meet new people? You don't meet new people.
Philly, in fairness, I was friends with a guy 2 weeks and he managed to show up at a party.
You don't live that far away.
Next week, we talk about whales, gentle giants, or vicious extraterrestrials.
Would zombies be smart enough to devise a plan or
No.
something like that? No.
It's like a herd
So
mentality.
if they, what I mean is if they
The kind of idea.
if they grew used to our means of defense or anything like that,
Oh,
would
no.
they be able
we could
to?
literally put up
Would
a
they be
door.
able to avoid it and know what to expect and stuff like
No.
We
that?
could put up an
Probably not.
open door, like if you just turn the handle and open it, and they wouldn't get in. Or it would be extremely unlikely, unless they fell on it. They're not going to get in.
Yeah.
Tom,
You know?
there
If you
was-
had a door that required a turning mechanism that you just turn it round once,
Yeah.
they're not
They wouldn't
they're
be able
not
to,
still
yeah.
be able to do it. They don't have the cognitive.
And they don't do
Understanding.
teamwork or anything like
No.
that.
They
Tom,
don't
so.
exist. Also, we're talking about them as if
Whoa,
they're
whoa, whoa, whoa.
actually.
They don't exist yet, my friend. Yet they are coming.
They could exist. They could be just covered up by the government or something like that.
Yeah,
Because
mysterious murders, weird diseases like foot and mouth. Ooh.
Bath salts my ass.
Yeah, that guy's face. That's when we started this.
Yeah.
Like, they eating faces out there, people.
Yeah.
You better hide
Shit's
your
getting
kids,
real.
hide your wife, hide your husband, cause they
Husband.
hide your husband, cause they're earning everybody.
My girlfriend.
And everybody knows, ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
You will stay tuned to the Team 502.